Raquel Welch just launched some new styles, and today we're going to take a look at Model Mode, which is the dream hair style in this launch. A long, luxurious, layered style that's made with heat-friendly fibers. She's gorgeous, perfect for updos or just dream hair. Let's learn about her. Denise. I'm also known as Hey Wig Sister on Instagram and Facebook. I'm partnering with name Brand Wigs to bring you this review. They sent me Model Mode in the color Sunlit Chestnut so that I could give you guys all the details. This is absolutely long, luxurious, pretty much mermaid hair. It is the dream hair that I always wanted before I discovered wigs, and she's stunning. Name Brand Wigs is an online retailer. They carry all the major name brands. I can save you 30% off of this piece and all the Raquel Welch styles that they carry, and they are just wonderful. If you need any help on your journey, you can email them support@namebrandwigs.com, send them an inspiration picture, or just let them know what you're looking for, and they will give you some suggestions and do their very best to help you. Let's take a look at this one from all sides. Oops, there's a tangle right here. We'll talk about tangling in a moment. Just trying to make sure you can really see that length. Well, why don't we just start with tangling? So one of the challenges with synthetic wigs, this is made with heat-friendly synthetic fibers, is there can be some tangling when it rubs up on your clothing. The friction on your clothing can create some knots and some tangles. One of my greatest recommendations is to carry a wide tooth comb with you everywhere you go and just periodically comb through it, especially at the nape, to make sure that those tangles aren't getting out of control. If you are going to wear a long piece like this, you will want to do that every hour maybe as you go throughout the day, and always use a wide tooth comb, never a brush, never a skinny tooth comb, just a wide tooth comb. That is going to be great at getting those tangles out but not cause any additional undue stress on those fibers. Now, like I said, this is made with heat-friendly fibers. I do have a video showing how to care for heat-friendly fibers, and before you ever purchase a long heat-friendly piece like this, you should watch that video and familiarize yourself with the care, because it is really going to be challenging with the friction on these fibers to keep them from fraying and frizzing. One of the ways you can protect the fibers from that is to wear this in an updo or a ponytail periodically to get it off of your clothing so that all of that friction isn't kind of a constant source of stress on these fibers. This piece with all of the layers and all of the curls could be so fun to wear in a half up, half down, or put in a full updo. I just think this could be really fun, but you want to be aware of those fibers so that you're not surprised. This piece has a gorgeous lace front. Let me get closer to you so you can see that lace front. It's so good. Raquel Welch is excellent at making realistic lace fronts. Even on a brunette like this that doesn't have any blonde highlights toward the front, it just looks so natural and nobody's going to know that you have a wig on. So if you like to pull the hair up off of your face, you can absolutely do that with confidence. This one also has a full mono top. You might see it referred to as a monofilament top. That's all of this, and that's all parting space. So you can change the part on this one if you want to. I'll talk about that in just a moment when I put it back on. We have soft ear tabs with bendable stays, an extended nape, Velcro adjusters, and the rest is open wefted. So one of the challenges with a long piece like this is putting it on to minimize tangles. Normally I like to dive into my wigs. I think you've seen most reviewers do that, and I do that in most of my videos. But with a long piece like this, I like to grab it by the ear tabs, and I kind of, hold on, I wasn't paying as much attention as I should. I want to get all that hair back. So I'm going to grab the ear tabs, and then I'm going to, hanging onto the ear tabs, I'm going to kind of nestle that lace front in at the top, and then I'm going to pull the nape down and put it into place. That is going to help somewhat from flipping the hair all around and creating more tangles. And then you can just get it into place. One of the things I just did in putting it back on is I took this front and I kind of flipped it over to the other side. So let's talk about changing the part on a synthetic wig. You will hear reviewers refer to a monotop as free parting and that you can change the part on a monotop wig, but it isn't as simple as just taking a comb and flipping that part, because these fibers are going to want to spring back in the direction that they were in. So in order to change the part, you do need to use a little bit of heat to really set those fibers. On a heat-friendly piece like this, that heat could be from any heat tool. My favorite is a hot comb, and I have a video showing how to fix the part on a heat-friendly synthetic with a hot comb. With a regular synthetic, you'll want to use a clothing steamer because you don't want to use traditional heat on regular synthetic fibers. I also have a video showing how to do that. So just note, if you get yourself a wig and then you're trying to change the part and it isn't working, take a little heat to it. I usually spray a tiny bit of water on it and then use heat, and then you'll be able to change that part easily. On the website, this is listed as being high density. I would say that's probably true because when I gather it in a ponytail, it's a really healthy, thick ponytail. I think density claims are hard because we all have different perceptions of density. There's not a real objective standard when it comes to low density or high density. It's greatly a preference thing. So I would say that because of the extreme length on this one, it does feel like a lot of hair, but this piece does not have any traditional Permatease. So we've got no volume up here. It is pretty flat on the top. There's no poof, there's no volume, there's no poofy, pillowy Permatease anywhere, not even at the crown. Even though it feels like there's a little bit of volume here, I think it's more how they tied the fibers in versus Permatease. What that means is if you like to get volume on your wigs, this one isn't going to have a lot of volume on the top. If you get overwhelmed by wigs easily, I would say that if this is going to overwhelm you, it's simply because it has a fair amount of hair and it's a little bit of a face flopper, which meaning it just likes to go in your face a little bit. To remedy that, all you have to do is take a little heat to get lift. I would use a hot comb and just get some lift in the front. In the video where I show how to use a hot comb on a part line, I also get lift in the front. And in the synthetic wig video where I show a clothing steamer, I also show how to get lift in the front. So make sure you go check out those videos in the description box if you've never seen this or don't even know what I'm talking about. Let's talk about fit. Raquel Welch is known for running true to average. I have a blog post where I talk about wig fit, and in that post I've got a chart that kind of categorizes the different major name brands and how they typically run, whether it's true to average, kind of average petite, or average large. And I also have a chart showing what average head measurements are considered so that you could compare your measurements to that chart to know if you fall more in the average range or not. I fall more average petite. I have a 21¼ circumference. I am just over 12 inches ear to ear, and I'm 12½ inches front to nape. I wear wig grips with Raquel Welch wigs, otherwise they fit me large and they shift around and they're not super comfortable. But when I have a wig grip on like I do right now, it's so comfortable. I will wear this exactly as it is. I'm not going to glue the lace down at all, and I would feel comfortable in any scenario. I don't think this wig is going to slide around on my head. So I would say this is running true to average. If your measurements are similar to mine, you can wear a wig grip and it'll be fine. If your measurements are larger than mine into the average range, I think this will be fine. They do have a lot of stretch, and I just find Raquel Welch wigs to be incredibly comfortable. So take that for what you will. Just know that I've got more details in the description box for you. To summarize before we talk about color, this is stunning. It is going to be challenging to keep the tangles at bay because of the length. You are going to definitely need to take heat to these ends periodically to keep them from frizzing and fraying. The more heat you take to it, the more you're going to straighten out this wave. So definitely be cautious. Wear it in an updo when you can, wear it in a ponytail when you can. That will be protective of this length. And also know, even when the ends start to feel a little frizzy and dry, it's probably still going to look fine. And that is just part of the journey with super long synthetics and heat-friendly synthetics. Let's talk about color. Sunlit Chestnut. The code is RL10/12. When you are looking at synthetic wig codes, this does not apply to human hair. That's a whole different coloring system. The brunette colors go from a 2 to a 12. 2 being the darkest, 12 being the lightest. So we have got a medium, light brown, a 10, and a 12 on this piece, and they blended it extremely well. I'm actually gonna take this off and let you kind of see it up close. They blended these colors extremely well. We will get outside so you can see this in outside light, but if you are looking for more of a medium brunette, medium to light, I wouldn't consider this a light brown. It is darker than that, but if you don't want super visible highlights, you don't want to draw a lot of attention to your hair because of the color, because that can be a risk with wigs, especially synthetic wigs. They can be super dynamic and just be such interesting colors that you may find people are going to ask you where you get your hair colored. So this one isn't really going to draw that kind of attention. It's beautiful. It's definitely not a flat color, but it isn't a look at me kind of color. Beautiful medium to medium light brown that is very well blended and consistent all the way up to the top with no rooting. It is a stunning color. And just before we get outside, I just kind of want to show you the nape. Do you see that right there? That's the tangling I was talking about. So making sure you comb through this, and I would put some leave-in conditioning spray on it at night every single time you wear it. There's a bunch of good ones on the market. 𝘠𝑒𝗂ki𝗂𝗋𝖾 makes a great one. 𝘠𝑚𝑒 makes a great one. And then there is a product called Simply Stylin' Light Silk Spray. I would put that on here as well. I will link all of those in the description, but you're absolutely going to want to do a lot of maintenance on the ends of this piece because of the length. I hope this helped. Please, please let me know. Don't forget about name brand wigs, and let's get outside. Thanks for watching. All right. This beautiful color. One of the things I love most about this color is that it is so natural. If you don't like heavily highlighted pieces, maybe you don't want attention drawn to your hair, you don't want anybody asking you where you get your hair colored, this is a great one for that. It's beautiful, it's rich, but it's not, like, it doesn't scream salon, let me put it that way. It's consistent all the way up to the top, no darker rooting up there. Just a really beautiful medium brown, slightly warm, but mainly neutral, and no real red. Just a really beautiful brunette. See you soon. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.